Hey guys, I'm MB, founder of underdogchance.com, and in this video I will show you my NHL betting model that made more than 32 units of profits last season, which means more than 32,000 American dollars of profit for dime bettors. And in today's video I will show you all my projected numbers for opening days. For we have 3 games and I also have 1 qualified bet. I will also show you how it works and how I have settings right now. So if you have my betting model, you can get some ideas. And if you don't have a betting model and you want to analyze games, you can get a betting model. Just check the links below. For a small fee, you can have a ready to use betting model, so you don't need to build everything from the scratch, because we know that if you want to make analysis, I think there is more than 1,200 games each season, and it is basically not possible to watch games and make and find positive expected value bets. You need some system, and when you have a betting model takes into account a lot of statistics and calculates probabilities, and this can be your direction to make smarter bets. Someone must build betting model. Someone must do the analysis on a daily basis, and of course you can get my betting model, or you can also join our Discord group where I will also share betting model projections. Okay, but let's focus on first 3 games this season. So first thing I will do, I will simply delete this. I don't need those last season numbers, so I don't need this as well. First I will delete all those numbers. Okay, just a second. So those are last season's bets. Okay, I will just delete them. 7th October, July, August, September. So this is basically live video, and I want to show you how I approach this. I will delete this. So here we have, we don't have numbers yet, because after the games will be played, there will be more games. So we have Pittsburgh at New York Rangers. This is the first qualified bet. Closing line numbers will be after the game is played, and it is 1.70 units, as you will see. Okay, what I need here is wins are this number. One more time, this number, and this is this number. S2, just check H2 yield, K2 ROI. Okay, that's okay. CLV. Okay, so I have this prepared. The goal could be the same. When you start betting, and I mean betting whatever, okay, you can do whatever you want. Okay, I will just give you my opinion and my recommendations. Okay, I just saw a video on YouTube. The guy tells people that he has a system where he wins 92% in NFL games. Okay, and I think this is great. He must use sheeps to believe this. And I'm not moralizing, okay? Because as I said many times, I was talking to my friend, and I was talking about pigs and so on, and he said, "Stop, my friend. Stop moralizing. It's sports. It's sports betting. It's you're in the gambling industry. Stop moralizing. Okay, just go out there, make money, and shut the fuck up. Okay, it's sports betting. It's sports betting. It's gambling. This is not UNICEF. This is not charity. So go out, make money. Okay. When you make money in sports betting, someone else will lose. Okay. There are families, there are dads. They will lose money. They will not have money for kids' foods and so on. So no moralizing. I'm not saying that this is bad message. 92% winners, 97% winners. If someone is so naive that believes that he will win at sports betting with 97% winners, or if he believes that he will win at sports betting without doing nothing, then he's dumb enough and he should lose. Okay, that's the game. We're all here in the same game. Okay, someone must lose in order that we can win. Okay, and don't be naive. Free picks, podcasts, books, odds screens. The game is always the same. Okay, all those people make money because someone must lose. That's the game. If you cannot play this game, scammers, they have their own strategy. They scam people, they lie. Great, do it. Nobody forced anyone to be in gambling industry. Okay, we're all here with own free will. Okay, go out there, make money. Okay, so stop moralizing. I just wanted to say, because I was moralizing a lot of times. Okay, pigs, sellers, podcasts, scammers, we're all in the same shit. Okay, we need to take money from other people. Okay, I do on my way. Someone else sells pigs, someone else scam people, someone else make podcasts and then sponsorship with bookmakers, someone else write articles for Pinnacle or write betting books. They know that 95% of people are not smart enough to make money, and they create environment so the more people bet, so the people who bet can make more money. There is more liquidity, bookmakers become bigger, and the whole industry is bigger so that they can pay developers, marketers, and so on. But at the end of the day, 95% will people will still lose. Okay, so that's the game. And how you make that money, there are different paths. Okay, and no path is noble. Okay, even if you make money with math, there will be someone who will lose. Okay, if you sell the shittiest picks and you tell people that you have 92% winning rate NFL bets or whatever, it is the same shit than someone else who is making nice podcast and he's met expert for Pinnacle or for Matchbook or Betting Exchange. It is the same shit. Or even if I make these videos, stupid videos, we are in all same shit. Okay, so just go out there and make money. Okay, and I will show you my way how I steal money from other people who lose. Right, because if I withdraw money, if I make money, someone else will lose. Okay, and I teach other people to do the same with the same strategy. Okay, so we can steal money from other people who will never win at sports betting. Okay, and why most people lose at sports betting? They lose because they don't love betting. Okay, you have, let's say you have, I don't know, Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Okay, you have Toronto Maple Leafs fan or Kansas City Chiefs fan or LA Lakers fan, and you go home to his home, and he will have jerseys on the wall. He will have, I don't know, all kind of mascots. He will watch every single game. He will spend, I don't know, $1,000 for a baseball card. He's a big fan of sport, right? But he's not a fan of sports betting. How many books he has at home about sports betting? How many courses? How many time he spent for analyzing stats? Most people don't love betting. Most people just love sports, and this is big confusion because most people think that they love sports, they love sports betting, but in fact they just love sports, right? Sports betting is all about math and statistics at the end of the day, or scamming people, whatever, or marketing, whatever, right? But it has almost nothing to do with sports. Okay, and that's why most people never make any money in sports betting, because they only love sports. Okay, I don't know why I talk about this, but anyway, let's go to first three games, and then I will show you my projections. Okay, so just go out there and make money. That was my point. Okay, so the first game, Chicago Blackhawks. So first, what I did, I first checked the lineups. Okay, new season, you need to check the lineups. That's it. Okay, and then every single day you check the lineups. Here I have the lineups. So simply check the lineups every single day. Most of the time, the lineups will be the same. The differences are very, very small, unless there is a really, let's say, key player, I don't know, important player. Of course, this will change. Then the next thing is also where you live, how much time you will spend for following information about NHL. For example, if you live in Canada or USA, You can grab early lines, but you also need to project who will start the next day. If you live somewhere else, of course, you will not, I don't know, or maybe, I don't know, I will not be awake until 2 in the morning and wait for the latest information or whatever. Okay, so you need to find your own way. And based on that, you can make your own settings. So you will give a little bit more weight to players lineups, goalies, or go with teams numbers. Okay, there are different ways, and there are different ways to win at the end. Okay, the next thing I want to say, adjusted Kelly I had. You can select from 1 to I think I have 3 or 4, even 4. Okay, what that means? Let's say when I project Colorado Avalanche against Los Angeles Kings. Okay, so let's say we change the team. Okay, uh, and we have no projected goals, projected total. This is my projected win percentage. I will go now back to Colorado, and you will see this number will change, and this number will change, and this number will change. Those are my projected numbers. Okay, so I will type Colorado. Okay, and you see the numbers are changing. Those are my projected numbers. Okay, and what is a good bet? Okay, I still see that most bettors still don't get it. Okay, good bet is not about prediction who will win the game. Okay, the good bet is the difference between your predicted probability and bookmakers probability. How people find predicted or true probability, there are different ways. Okay, I use betting models. Some people use odds screens. Okay, and there are also different ways how to do this. For example, you have odds screens. You have 10 soft bookmakers, and then one bookmaker is I don't know, is too late, and then you attack this bookmaker. This is one way. The second way is use Pinnacle odds or Circa odds or sharp bookmakers odds, and you assume that they have much sharper lines, and then you check again soft bookmaker. And then if there is discrepancy, because from the bookmakers you can calculate the probability, you take out the week, and you get projected win percentage and projected odds. So you use sharp bookmakers as your benchmark for probabilities. Okay, I use my betting model to calculate my own odds, right? It is not perfect, but it is my unique way, right? Because how I see sports betting in the future, there will be big companies like, I don't know, Action Network, or where they will gather a lot of sports fans, and they will throw out some numbers, but people who will win through math or through analysis, I think those will be small exclusive communities, unique models, because to win at sports betting you need to be at top 5% of all bettors in the world, and it is a relative competition, and you need to be unique. Okay, so once you use huge popular betting companies or betting numbers, you will probably lose the edge. This is just common sense. This is how I see. And then there will be AI companies, but about this maybe some other time. Okay, so a good bet is always when you compare your numbers against bookmakers numbers, right? And that discrepancy can be potentially value. Okay, and the bigger the discrepancy, the more value should be, right? And I use adjusted Kelly criterion to find these discrepancies, and the bigger the number, the bigger the discrepancy. The bigger the discrepancy, the more value and the bigger play should be. Okay, so adjusted Kelly at 1 was my benchmark most of the time, and then last season I was checking these stats. I think I have here. I just deleted. I have here in another tab. Last season, for example, I was checking the numbers for money lines. Okay, this is adjusted Kelly 1. It was a negative number. And then with 2, it was much better. Also, closing line value numbers. You see, with smaller value plays, the closing lines were not that great. And those are no week. And then the unit was bigger, better number, which was a good sign, right? So the bigger the value, I was more I am more selective, and also better place, better closing line, better units. This is a good indicator that your system or a model or strategy is good. Okay, so this season I recommend To be a little bit more selective, I will start with 1.75, then I will track it and maybe go to 2. Okay, what that means that I will ignore all other plays. Why? Because they would be too close to my projected probabilities. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Okay, so the bigger the number, the bigger the value. The more you are selective, the better place should be. And based on past performance, being selective was a good thing. Okay, also another thing was important last season. All the players lineups were always correctly checked. It is a little bit more work, but there is no money without work, right? Unless someone else do it. Okay, this is how it is. The games needs to be analyzed. The games need to be projected with the numbers, and then you can find the value. Okay, so this is 1.75 decimal odds. You can use American odds. Home field advantage, yes. There will be a couple of games they will play on neutral field. Then you simply select no. Okay, and it will take away home field advantage. Okay, and that's it about these numbers, right? Here, what I have when teams play with some new players or the players that don't have at least minimum 200 minutes in last seasons, they are not qualified. And then I have here the numbers to see how many players are such players. So I use average numbers. And for example, if there will be, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 players with average numbers, maybe I should stay away from this game. Okay, this is just another info here you can use. I also recommend that you always set the rules. Most bettors don't have any rules. They just bet. I don't know how they bet or what they do. But in general, if you set the rules, okay, so you know, and not only in NHL, in general in sports betting, okay. And again, whatever I say, you can do whatever you want. As I said, there is no moralizing in sports betting. I just want to show my way. Set the rules, okay. So you know exactly what you will do in every single situation. Okay, so you say, okay, I have, I don't know, 10,000 American dollars, and I'm prepared to lose, I don't know, 4,000 American dollars. And if I lose 4,000 American dollars, that would be minus 40%. I'm comfortable with this. Then I will stop, reorganize, check what is going on, and then I will decide. Maybe I stop betting forever, or maybe I take the loss and, I don't know, reorganize, rebuild, or whatever, or move to another sport, or I take a break. You need to know what you will do in every single situation. The worst thing, I see people after 2 weeks and they are panicking. People are panicking because they are not honest with themselves. Okay, sports betting is not a guarantee. Okay, sports betting is not guarantee. Okay, this is a gambling. Okay, this is a gambling where we try to beat the market with our own edge. We try to find the numbers, angles, unique perspectives where other are missing those things. Okay, and then we try to find the edge. But this is not a guarantee. Even if you beat the closing line, even if you make everything correctly, it can happen that you will lose, that you will have losing months, you will have losing seasons, and they will happen. People who don't have losing seasons, they don't play long enough. Okay, if you play for 25 years, you will have losing seasons. Okay, and every single winning bettor will have losing days, losing weeks, and losing months. Okay, and people who panic, they are simply not honest with themselves. Okay, either they bet too much, they don't have the money for betting, they cannot afford to bet, because betting is a luxury. Okay, betting is a gambling. Okay, you cannot risk money you cannot afford to lose. Okay, even if we talk about stocks, about bitcoins, about the business, you always risk money that you can afford to lose. Okay, because if you risk money you don't have for food or for kids or for living, this is not a gambling problem. Okay, many times I see people are coming and they want to bet on sports, and then they try to buy my 27 course, and they have insufficient funds. What the hell is going on? If you don't have 27 American dollars, you should not even talk about betting. Okay, close laptops, close everything, close podcast. focus, read the books, Psychology of Money, Think and Grow Rich, Poor Dad, Rich Dad. uh, just read 5 books, all are free on YouTube. Change the mindset, make money, go to work, save money, and then decide how you will reinvest those money into stocks, into your business, into your education. And then betting can be one part. It is completely crazy, people, with 100 bets betting on sports, because you know what are realistic expectation in sports betting. If you have 100 bucks, you cannot double this. It is possible to double 100 units, is completely possible in sports betting. Okay, I did many times, my members are doing this as well, and they report this in our Discord group. But this is doubling your money in 1 year. Imagine, stock, the biggest investors in the world, if they make 10% in 1 year, 20% in 1 year, they are very happy, and they use the best experts, the best knowledge. They work 8, 10, 12 hours per day, and they invest, and they if they make plus 10%, they are happy. And a sports better who don't even pay attention to sports betting, he just watch a couple of games, he wants to make, I don't know, 3 times in 1 year. This is not going to happen. And I know that sports bettors who start with 100 bucks, in the best possible scenario, if you're a genius, you will, at the end of the year, you will have 200 American dollars, right? So why would you put so much effort if you have only 100 American dollars to bet? Okay, and then of course people then play parlays. They try to hit a winning lottery, and this is lottery tickets are basically games for poor people. Okay, and you don't want to be in that group of people. Okay, everything starts with the mindset. Okay, and again, I'm not telling anyone what to do. I just say how I see the things, and maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm not the best, I'm not the smartest, and I'm completely stupid many times. Okay, but uh, people who bet parlays, they either don't have enough money to start, and they could change this with a little bit discipline. And the second, they don't believe in their edge, in their betting skill, and this can also be solved. Everything can be solved. Okay, and that's why they play parlays for years and years and years. Okay, so here the rules, right? So you set the rules and you stick to the rules. Once you set the rules, you don't panic. Okay, you don't panic after 10. If you say, okay, if I make 20 units, let's say that you bet 1,000 American dollars per game, that's 20K in whatever, 4 months, 5 months, whatever, right? And you say, okay, if I lose 30 units, then I will stop, and then I will really reinvest or reorganize, or maybe I will stop betting forever. And I'm comfortable with this. And then you see, there at some point there is, I don't know, 0.8 streak. Let's say this is -8 units, and then people, what's going on? What's going on? Panic. No, nothing is happening. If you were honest at the start, and if you're between 20 units and 30 units, you can have whatever units you want. You can have 30, 50, 60, whatever you're comfortable. But if you're completely honest with yourself, and whatever happens in between, don't focus on this. Don't panic, okay? This is more psychological thing. People are not comfortable with losing and winning, okay? You need to be comfortable with winning and losing, okay? And if you're not comfortable for winning and losing, and taking hits, sorry my friend, your betting is not for you then. Okay, maybe do something else in your life. Okay, it is not for everyone. Okay, sports is not for everyone, business is not for everyone, having a family is not for everyone. Nothing is, you know things are not for everyone, and sports betting is also not for everyone. Okay, that's how it is. Okay, if you panic, you either don't have right rules, or you simply don't have enough money to start because you panic, right? So you need to have set rules. Okay, and then inside the betting model, or inside your strategy, it is also good to have the rules. So I had 1.5, so I will not use this one, because we will go only with 1.75 and 2. Average goalie, what that means? That means that You see, we have Scott Wedgwood, but sometimes there will be a player who is a new goalie or rookie goalie or simply, or maybe a goalie who came back after injury and he doesn't have enough minutes played. And then he doesn't have enough statistics because in the stats behind, I have minimum players needs to play minimum 200 minutes. Goalies have to play, I don't know, we can check this. Goalies. 900 minutes. I have for goalies 900 minutes. Okay, I have 900 minutes. I have a couple of other tabs here in my spreadsheet, which only I know what I'm doing. But so if a goalie is not qualified, then you will type average, right? So league average goalie, and then like in baseball, I have set your rule that this is automatically no play, but of course you can also use you can make a play if you like it, or so on. Okay. Also, you can set, for example, if there are more than 4 average players, you can also decide to go with no play. And the totals, I was never really focusing on totals last season. Totals made 4 units, which is okay, but I was looking for I also have another spreadsheet where you can calculate adjusted cali with units, but in general, if there is 1.5 difference, for example, this is 5.5. If that would be, let's say 6.5, that would be under or something like that. You can then check, right? It is, but it projects my totals and bookmaker. So I didn't focus that much on totals, but you can use this on your own. Okay. So we have now teams, we have the goalies, we have projected goals, we have the rules, right? We have decimal odds or American odds, home field advantage. We have adjusted Kelly, which means that the bigger the number, the more you are selective. Tracking is here, and those are projections. Okay, so the next thing, settings. Before I go to the games, the settings are here. So this is team offense weight, how much weight you give to the team's all strengths, 5-on-5 ice hockey. So most of the stats focus is on 5-on-5 ice hockey. Okay. So what I also recommend is that you copy this if you have initial betting model. So you always have initial numbers, and you can always go back. So if at some point you decide that you will only go with 5-on-5 ice hockey, and let's say you go with 1, and then you need to put 0 here and 0 here, which means that you put 100% weight on these statistics. And of course, the numbers will be a little bit different, but here you have always the numbers. This will not affect the betting model, but here you have the numbers, what you had previously. Okay, so you can always go back to initial settings. Okay, team defense weight, the same thing. Then we have team's momentum. I made projections with these numbers. Those are projections with these numbers, and also Pittsburgh is qualified bet. But at the start of the season, it is much more logical to go with these one season numbers. Okay, or so for last season, right? Or you can go with last 2 seasons, and once you start adding more and more stats and go 0, just use common sense, because last 10 games, we still don't have last 10 games because teams didn't play 10 games yet, and we don't have last 25 games as well. Okay, and then once this happened, then you just add and you can change this. Okay, so right now this means that 100% stats will be focused on last season, should be right now, because there is no stats from new season. Okay, or you can use 2 seasons because you have then last season and slowly adding new season stats. Okay, and then this is 1 for some time. Okay, this is very simple to do. It is just common sense. You don't need to code, or you don't need to put any formulas or functions. You just say, okay, last 2 season stats, which means this season plus last season, we have more sample size, and for next couple of games or for first 2 weeks, I will use these numbers. Okay, and then you can go back to these numbers. Okay, so I will just make it like this for next days, and then after that I will put this back. Okay, and the player stats, this can be the same. 60% of weight is from this season stats. Of course, again, there is still no this season, so we use last season stats, and then last two seasons, 3 seasons, so we have a little bit bigger sample size. Okay, here we have the stats for the goalies, team stats, lineup stats. So 50% of weight goes to team stats, okay, because we have how the team plays, and then strictly lineup stats. Okay, so the lineups, the players. Okay, I had 50-50 here, so 50 go to team stats and 50 go to lineup stats, and then we have the goalies. And this depends where you live, how you make projections, how much time you put into this. So I use 30% for goalie stats because in my time zone, I'm not waiting for goalies, and because I sleep at night, right? So I use more team stats. But if you have this information, you can switch and give more to specific goalies. So it will, for example, if here we have Scott Wedgwood, he's playing for Colorado. If you give here 1 and here 0, you will focus only on Scott Wedgwood's numbers. And if you put here 1 and here 0, then you will just go with Colorado's numbers. Okay, and this is how I set. And this was my initial. Okay. And that's it basically. Right? This is goals per game, and all the numbers goes here. Okay, so let's focus on 3 games. Chicago Blackhawks, Florida Panthers, Spencer Knight, Sergei Bobrovsky. My projected goals, so 5.98. This is my projected goals in this game, or expected goals, if you like. Projected odds are 3.81, or in American odds plus 281. Bookmakers are 3.36. I have only decimal odds. I think American odds are completely, I will say, stupid. But anyway, because the American odds are much harder to understand and harder to use in formulas. Okay, even if you just use common sense decimal odds, you just multiply the stake. With American odds, you have already 2 if functions. So you have my if minus 100. I can use both. Okay, I know how to use both because I learned this. But American odds, you have if minus 150, then you need to bet 150 to win 100. But if it is plus 150, then you bet 100 to win 150. And then you have a guy who is not even a sports bettor, who is not even math expert. He has a problem with computers. He's not comfortable with spreadsheets, with statistics, and he now needs to deal with American odds. Of course, this is a big this is very, very smart move from American bookmakers, because they attack bettors who are not very comfortable with math with even more complex thing. Of course, right? Of course they will lose, and they will believe in 92% winning systems, or 90%, 97% dumb shit, right? Anyway, based on my projections, okay, you see this is not qualified bet. The adjusted Kelly is 0.1, which is very, very close to my number. The total difference is also very small. This is not sure this is correct number, because the difference okay. Yeah, I had previously I had 6, and then I corrected. Okay, 5.5. Okay, I can change this. Okay, and bookmakers odds are this 5.5. Okay, and I will just make it like this. And as I said, in the settings, I also change. Okay, so this the number will be a little bit different. Okay, so maybe I should make it smaller. Okay, But as you see, my numbers and bookmakers numbers are basically the same. My odds fall just into the week. That's why the number is 0 here. The number is negative, and the total difference, my projected total is a little bit higher than the bookmakers, 5.5, 5.5. But you also need to check the odds, because over under 5.5, it can be minus 150 versus plus 120. As you see, I'm talking in American odds because I believe most people will watch from USA. But you also need to check the odds. It is, it is not the line. Okay, it is not the line. I think this is also very important. I will say, I will explain this one thing. Okay, someone asked me this. Okay, if you have, let's say, over 5.5, or if you have in an NFL, let's say, I don't know, Chiefs plus 4.5. Okay, and then the line goes to over 6.5. Okay, and let's say that Chiefs go to plus, let's say, plus 5.5. Okay, and people look at this number. This is not the number. Okay, this is not the number. This is not the price. I don't know how people don't understand this. This is not the price. Okay, the price is something else. Okay, this is a bet. Okay, it could be Chiefs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 4, 6. I don't know. This is information about the bet. This is just information about the bet. Every bet has the information about the bet and the price, and those are two different things. Okay, people think that this is the number. This is not the number. This is just the information. This is like when you look at the girl, she has beautiful hair. I don't know. This is the object, and then there is a price, and price is the odds. It can be 1.95 or minus 110 if you use American, and this is the price. Okay. And if you check the closing lines, you need to check this. This is a bet. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, over 5.5 is one thing. This is just information about bet. Don't be confused because there is a number. Okay, this is just the basics of sports betting, and this is the price. Okay, people say Kansas City Chiefs plus 4.5 and then plus 7.5. No, those are two different bets. Okay, Chiefs plus 4.5, Chiefs plus 5.5. Those are two different bets. It is like betting on Blackhawks and I don't know, Penguins. Okay, two different bets. Okay, this has its own price and this has its another price. Okay, if you check the closing line, you need to check the closing line for this one, and if you need to check the closing line for this one. Okay. Okay, I know this is a little bit confusing, but you need to understand every bet has two information. One is the information about the bet, and one is the price. What you need to focus is the price, and the information of the bet must be always the same. Always the same. Okay, always the same. Okay, let's go back. The second game, Pittsburgh Penguins against New York Rangers, Tristan Jarry, Igor Shesterkin. Based on my projection, 6.64 goals, and this is 6. From bookmakers, again, you need to check. As I said, I'm not focusing that much on totals, but my projected numbers on Pittsburgh are plus 118 or 2.18. That doesn't mean that I think they will win. In fact, my betting model tells that they have less than 50% of chance to win this game. Okay, less than 50%. So there is a high chance, not high, but there is chance and that Rangers will win, and I think they should win. They will probably win. Rangers will probably win, but the bet is on Pittsburgh. Why? Because of the price. Okay, this is the value, and I think the value is with Pittsburgh. Okay? Of course, you can wait 2 weeks once we get a little bit more stats, which is also not bad move. But for now, Pittsburgh is a qualified bet based on the numbers and information I have. And the last game, Colorado Avalanche, Los Angeles Kings. Wedgwood Kemper, based on my projections, there is no value or not enough value. Also, the total is basically the same. So the first qualified bet, Pittsburgh 2.90, or in American plus 190. Okay, so this is my projected line. Okay, so I wanted to give my opinion, my view about NHL betting model, about sports betting, and I didn't without filter. So I just wanted to say I'm very bad at marketing. Okay, so I'm very bad at marketing. Okay, I have this channel, YouTube channel, for 10 years, and I have only 4,000 subscribers. So I really suck at marketing. Okay, because if you're good at sports betting and if you want to send this message, you also need to be good at marketing. And if you want to be good at marketing, you need to put a lot of effort into marketing, and you cannot do both. Anyone who is making profit in sports betting and who is doing the numbers, if you do this, you know how much time you need to put into this. Okay, so it is almost not possible to be good at marketing, good at sports betting, at the same time. And someone who is making money from betting, he will not take profits from betting and invest in marketing. Okay, so if I make videos, if I sell courses, if I sell spreadsheets, I need to use this money to make marketing, right? Because if I make a loss, that makes no sense, right? Okay, right? I cannot use betting profits for marketing. At least how I see this. Okay, so if I do something, I need to. But I wanted to give you, and I will release a little bit more AI videos to send the message. I will make valuable betting messages in next month, but I will do this through videos, through AI videos. And the message is important, okay? Because every time I make videos, English is not my native language. I'm always exhausted, and I'm simply not good, and I simply don't care anymore. Okay, I will release messages about betting. The other day, a guy commented, AI are freaky videos. So why are you here? You're here for the message, or you're emotional? You want to look at me? I'm it's great that you want to see me, and maybe I don't know, nice or beautiful. I don't know. People want to see me. No, you don't need to see me. Okay, you need the message if you want to win at sports betting. You need a message. Okay, you don't need to act emotionally. Okay, people are emotional. If I say something wrong, they're emotional. If you're emotional, you're not win at sports betting. Okay, that's not the game for the weak. Sports betting is heavily capitalistic thing. Okay, people want everything for free in sports betting. How you can expect to get free things when sports betting is heavily capitalistic thing? Okay, I don't know if any other thing is more capitalistic than sports betting. Okay, you cannot be ultra lefty, or I don't know, liberal, or I don't know, charity UNICEF guy, and then bet on sports, because it it contradicts. It is not, sports betting is capitalistic thing. There is no free thing in sports betting. Okay, if you think you will get free picks, every free pick, there is a strategy behind it. Either they work with sports books, either they build community, build better, so there will be more liquidity, bigger market. There is no, there is no charity, there is no moralizing. Okay, and I don't know what I wanted to say. Okay, but anyway, that's it for me today. I hope you got the idea or two. If not, I still wish you all the best in sports betting, in NHL, in sports betting in general. But in general, how I see sports betting and how I like it, and I'm not saying that other ways are wrong. I think even selling sports picks is great. Telegram groups, even scamming is okay. Whatever people do, they just need to take money from others. Okay, and everyone is responsible for what he's doing. What I do, I try to teach people my way, and I try to bet with my own numbers, and I still use spreadsheets because they are simple to use. I'm not the smartest guy in the planet. AI is coming, but with AI, you still need to be among top 5% in the world. AI will not make picks for you. AI will help you to make faster analysis, maybe betting models. But if you don't know what to tell AI, you will still lose. And if everyone will use the same prompt and AI will give the same answer to all, then you'll be again at the bottom of relative competition and you will still lose. Okay, so at the end of the day, if you want to win at sports betting, and this is just math, you will need to be among top 5% of bettors in the world. And to do this, you will always need to find your own unique way to be in that top 5%. Okay, and this can be made with spreadsheets, with something else, with, I don't know, there are many ways. Okay, this is, I'm not saying that this is the only way. There are many ways. Okay, many ways: odds screens, arbitrage, whatever you want to do, sell pigs, make videos, whatever. There is many ways to make money in sports betting. Okay, and this is just one way. Okay, I use spreadsheets, betting models to project my own lines. This is what I like. I like to see what is my line, and then I like to check what is bookmaker's line, and then I say, whoa, this is a moment which is exciting for me, and it worked for most of the years for me, and it changed my life. Okay, and of course, if you want to learn this way, visit underdogchance.com, and if not, I hope the video was a little bit entertainment. And as I said, I wanted to say the things how they are, not. I didn't want to make any marketing fluff. Okay, so I don't care. As I said, I suck at marketing. After 10 years, I have 4,000 subscribers, and it looks like I really suck at marketing. I will not even bother anymore with this. Okay, so those who wants to learn from me, they will find me. If not, that's okay. I wish you good luck. Thank you.